In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare she can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I'm sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.
Hi everyone, how are you? I didn't even bring this up. Got me some P. Diddy Johnson and Johnson, but not the baby oil. But I do have the baby oil in my house though. I do. Okay. I don't know why, but I do. Talking about P. Diddy, I don't know if I should do this reading now or later or come back and do a separate reading, but Vicky's mom passed away. And I'm wondering if she had to pass before the trial. The only other person that has intimate details on her son would be Viola Wallace. And she's now no longer here. Did anybody know she was sick? Because she was in hospice. And I thought when Diddy got picked up, no, I thought maybe that's why he picked him up. Maybe because Viola Wallace got sick all of a sudden. No, I feel like there's been some foul play. Did Biggie have brothers, sisters, anybody? Does anybody know? Because I think it's odd that she passed just before the trial. Just saying. Y'all let me know what you think. Just saying. Let me say hi to everyone. Banner. Banner, Tracy, Banner. Yes, Banner. All right. There you go. I should change it. Let me change this banner. Allegedly, and for my psychic, allegedly, and for my mind. No, allegedly, and for your psychic entertainment purposes. Let's do that. Does that look right? Hi, Tanya. Hello. Biggie's an only child, so there was nobody to protect this woman once Diddy came for her. And all the comments were kind of stupid. They were like, oh, Biggie met her at the gate. I'm like, maybe that woman just wasn't supposed to die. Like, he's the national hitman, allegedly, and in my psychic opinion. Like, maybe he wasn't, maybe she's the only living person, because remember, a couple others have died, that could put some dates together. Man, I hope she spoke to the cops before she died. I really do. Because, oh, you do love it? Thank you. Because it's so silly for anybody to take me seriously, even though my predictions be right. But it would be so silly for any celebrity to take me seriously. Like, don't do that. Alrighty now. So I've got some videos. I really couldn't find enough that supported me and my opinion. But let's just take a couple of look at some of these videos.
No shade when I say this, but in what world is Sweet Tea and Dr. G getting casted for Married to Medicine? And I'm talking about like getting casted without Quad being on the show. I'm pretty sure outside world, they're lovely people. You know, you can do functions with, go get drinks with, go to Super Bowl parties with, and do all the fun things. But in what world, if that whole scenario, bring it back, you know, the rubbing the ex-wife face, in what world was Greg and Sweet Tea getting casted? And that's no shade. I'm just being real. In what world are they getting casted without Quad? And I'm just being real. They're boring. They're literally boring. And I'm not even trying to be mean.
No.
I'm pretty sure, like I said, they're lovely people. But
Yes.
they got casted to start a storyline with
Yes.
Quad. Heavenly had said it. They were pushing for Sweet Tea to get casted so they can get a reaction out of Quad. And it just failed. It didn't work.
Yes. Right. He's absolutely right. He is absolutely right. First of all, I would never be on a show with my ex, especially if I loved my ex. If I loved my ex, I'm not going on pretending like I don't love him anymore with the new partner. Quad, weren't they married for like 10 years? And although it was toxic, and I remember their relationship was completely toxic, I think not only did he love her, I don't believe he thought he could get better than her. So I feel like he was just glad that Quad could love him. Like, I think his self-esteem is in the trash. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate all of that. Thank you. So, thank you, Purple Passion. So with that being said, I think that Quad I don't think she loved him still, but I think for Quad, it's still toxic for her. And when something is toxic, you tend to stay with that energy. So Quad did not move on, period. I also think that there's a lot more to this story. So let me play the second one.
The latest episode of Married to Medicine stirred up some serious drama and sparked quite a bit of conversation on social media. Quad Webb, a central figure on the show, definitely took center stage during the couple's trip to Key West, Florida, when her drinking seemed to escalate, leading to some contentious moments with the other couples. The show's fans were quick to react, expressing a variety of opinions about Quad's actions and the escalating tension between the characters. The night began innocently enough with a game led by Dr. Heavenly Kimes and her husband, Dr. Damon Kimes, where the couples were asked to answer questions about their relationships. It seemed like a fun icebreaker until the conversation turned to more personal topics. When Dr. Gregory Lunsford and his wife, Latasha Sweet Tea Lunsford, shared that they were aiming to conceive and were getting intimate twice a week, Quad felt compelled to comment, suggesting that it wasn't enough. The comparison came from her and her boyfriend, King, who she claimed were having sex 15 times a week. This bold declaration from Quad certainly didn't go unnoticed, and it made the moment a bit uncomfortable for the others, especially Sweet Tea, who laughed it off. However, it was clear that Greg was not amused by Quad's remarks. His irritation started to show when Quad continued to make comments, insisting that she should be the one to plan their baby shower. Her uninvited suggestions seemed to get under Greg's skin, and the tension quickly escalated when Quad, trying to keep things light, said she was happy Greg had found Sweet Tea because they made a great match. Greg didn't take kindly to this and made it clear that neither he nor Sweet Tea cared about Quad's opinions. In fact, he seemed to be done with the game altogether, signaling that he wasn't going to engage with what he suspected was a more manipulative attempt by Quad to stir up drama. In the heat of the moment, Quad didn't back down. She even went as far as to claim she was the one who ended her marriage to Greg, taking a jab at him and accusing him of being a narcissist. This bold statement seemed to be the tipping point for the evening, as the argument between the two escalated into a back and forth that ultimately led to the abrupt end of the game night. It was clear that the dynamics between Greg and Quad were tense, and the fans who were watching at home had plenty of opinions. Some felt that Quad was trying to provoke Greg, while others believed Greg was being overly defensive, especially since Quad had tried to show some degree of cordiality before the situation blew up. The episode left fans wondering how the situation would unfold, especially with the upcoming drama between Gregory and King, which was teased for the next episode. According to an interview with Dr. Heavenly, things were going to get even more intense. She revealed that an altercation between Gregory and King would take place, leading to Gregory pressing charges against King. This revelation sent shockwaves through the fan base as it added a whole new level of intensity to the already simmering tension between the couples. Heavenly, always outspoken and willing to share juicy details, spoke candidly about the situation during an interview with Sherelle's World. She explained that the altercation had gotten so out of hand that Gregory had felt the need to press charges against King. This was a significant shift in the dynamics of the group, as it was rare for anything this serious to happen between the cast members. Heavenly's comment that King was facing the possibility of 90 days in jail added a layer of drama to the situation, leaving fans eager to see how it would all play out on screen. Despite Heavenly's tendency to spill the tea, her remarks about Greg's position in the group were telling. She noted that while Greg had been solid in the group before the altercation, the charges changed things. Fans of Married to Medicine had already witnessed some tension between the cast members, but this was a significant step in escalating the conflict. The idea that Greg could lose his place in the group over this altercation with King added a layer of uncertainty, and it seemed to indicate that the group dynamic was shifting in ways that no one had anticipated. As the episode aired and fans took to social media to react, the consensus was clear. Quad was once again at the center of the drama. Some fans sided with her, arguing that Greg had been overly defensive and that she had every right to voice her opinion. Others, however, felt that Quad had crossed a line by constantly pushing Greg's buttons, especially after he had made it clear that he didn't want to engage with her. The back and forth between the two seemed to be a central point of discussion, with fans debating whether Quad's actions were justified or if she was simply trying to create drama for the sake of attention. Greg's outburst, on the other hand, raised questions about his ability to handle conflict in a healthy way. Fans who were typically on his side began to question his reactions, especially when he shut down Quad and accused her of manipulating the situation. Some felt that Greg had acted immaturely, while others believed he had every right to stand up for himself against Quad's constant provocation. The episode also brought up the question of whether the show's producers were manipulating the situation to create drama. With Married to Medicine known for its intense confrontations and jaw-dropping moments, it's hard to say how much of what viewers see is genuine and how much is scripted for the sake of ratings. However, regardless of how much of the drama is manufactured, the show's fans were clearly invested in the ongoing conflict, eager to see how the relationships would evolve in future episodes. As the season progressed, it became apparent that Quad's relationship with Greg, and now with King, would continue to be a central plot line. The tension between the two men, with King's alleged legal troubles, seemed to promise even more explosive moments ahead. Fans could already predict that the upcoming episodes would delve deeper into the fallout from the altercation, especially since the situation had already reached such an extreme point.
I got that mama upstairs just acting crazy on this Sunday. Sunday's a day of rest. She needs to stop hitting that little boy on the day of rest. Like, it just makes my nerves so bad. Why did Quad and her husband divorce? Well, I was watching the season back then, and they just argue way too much. Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that mama act the fool? I cannot take it. No, remember they teased us that Quad may not be coming back. But I think Quad was always coming back because they needed to seal the deal on her ex-husband being back. Now, to be honest with you, Quad is fine by herself. Dr. Gregory is fine by himself. I wish they could recognize that they can both be coupled off and both share the same experience and both make money off of it. Like, why does it have to be me or you? See, I'm the type of person, I could be in the same room with my ex and not acknowledge them like nothing, and go about living my good life in the moment. Like, if you really, really don't matter to me, I'm not going to plan your baby shower. It's not going to happen. But because I know that if I plan the baby shower and something goes wrong, people are going to blame me. So, not planning a baby shower for my ex's baby. But in the same token, I would be able to sit there and hear my ex-husband talk about sex with his wife or not having sex. Like, I wouldn't care. Maybe I'm too far removed. Like, I have literally been divorced 40 years now. Maybe 40, 27, 30 years. I've been divorced 30 years. I'm so far removed that, yeah. That when I actually did meet my ex-husband's wife for like 30 years. Like, I knew of her, and she did invite me to her daughter's recital when her daughter was 10 years old. I don't even know what I was doing there, but I love me some ballet, child. So when she was like, do you want to come? I was like, bet. Well, I love me some ballet. Her daughter went right through college dancing. So her daughter was an excellent dancer when I saw it at 10, let alone, winning a scholarship and then coming to California, which is where my son and I was, her brother, and because she was born after, and going through her dance college for 10 years. It was like amazing, right? And when she invited me, I was like, bet. The only thing I remember to this day is that I think at the time I had not given up my last name. My last married name was Hearn. And the judge allowed me to, because I asked the judge, I was like, can I at least hyphen and bring back my maiden name? So I became Hearn Brown for years. And it wasn't until my son was 16. I was like, I really don't need your last name, do I? And he was like, what are you talking about? I was like, well, I kept your last name for you, but I don't like it. And I don't want to hold on to it. Not that I didn't like his last name. I don't want to hold on to it. And he was like, Ma, do whatever you want. And I was like, oh, well, then I'm going to be who I was born to be. And I was born to be a Brown. All right. And that's why you all know me as Brown. Because when he was about 16, I fixed that. I fixed my identity. But in any case, I'm at the baby's recital. She's like 10 years old. And somebody said in their group, like, because this was in Jersey, I don't know anybody in Jersey anymore. And somebody said, Mrs. Hearn, and we both turned our head. I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. But she didn't even take it seriously. I don't even think she remembered to this day. Yeah, I don't have problems with exes. If I don't like you and we broke up, I could see you in the supermarket and not speak to you and be very comfortable with it. Like, I'm not creating no drama. Depending upon my mood, I most likely will not speak to you because I don't like phoniness. So I'm not going to be like, oh, hello. Oh, how you doing? No, you could be with your girlfriend. You could be without your girlfriend. It doesn't matter to me. You're not going to put on me, oh, you jealous because I got to, you not, no, nobody gets to put that on me. So I could be on a show and completely make my money and whatever. That would have been a positive, seeing how divorced couples move in their lives. No, Quad's not a doctor. You're right, Tracy. Quad didn't hear from Craig. Also, that Craig definitely stirred that pot with King. Like, Gregory was having a dick problem. He was like, whose is bigger? And it's like, dude, you're little. You're little in stature. And he got your pretty ex-wife. So, and I really questioned the love between him and Sweet Tea, because Quad is the type of guy that if you flirt with him, he's honored. That's who he is. Oh, she's flirting with me. Oh, she's showing me her breasts on the internet. Not that Sweet Tea did, but she probably did. Um, Sweet Tea wanted his money. She said that in the first season, period. It was all about his money. Um, the fact that he had money was her attraction to him, nothing else. And at some point on the internet, she said, I'd like to have a baby with you. And that sealed it for him. I don't think this guy knows love other than Quad. Seriously. So I don't think he's over her. And the way he yelled at his wife in front of yelled at, like in her face, like yelling at her, we would have had a physical altercation, the two of us right then and there. Get out my face. Oh, it would have went down. No, that's violent to me. So you don't get to be like, shut up, shut up, shut. What the hell? Boom. He would have lost the nose. Now that I would have done. Because you don't get to yell in my face. You don't get to yell at me. You don't get to yell in my face. You don't get to be disrespectful in a group. No. No, the cops would have been called, but it would have been domestic violence. Because, or I would have kicked him where the cameras couldn't see. Listen, when I got divorced, I was so grateful for the ex-wife. I was grateful that she showed up. That I was like, hi. Like, I was of gratitude. Like, nobody knows. Like, when you don't like somebody, you want them to move on. You beg of it. Please find someone. Please find someone. Oh, child. He treats her like a child. Thank you. Thank you. So I didn't believe this was a real relationship. I feel like she paid him to come on. And the way she rubs up against him seems so dramatic. Like, it makes me not believe that they're in a relationship. And I also find him to be, first of all, he feels like a drunk to me. He feels like he's a whole drunk, but he's a quiet drunk, which means he could probably be a violent drunk. I think he got little bitty eyes. I think his lips are full like a drunk. I think his nose is kind of like full like a drunk. And he got the little bitty eyes that drunks have. Now, we know Quad puts it down. She gulps it down. Most drunks like other drunks. So you can't convince me that King is not a drunk. You can't convince me of that. Because they do find each other. So, right from the beginning, I did not trust this relationship because he seems unemotional. King seems unemotional. And why is it the most emotion that we got out of him was to be angry at another man? I'm just not believing nothing. Now, do I blame the producers for this? Yes. I blame the producers. Why y'all can't figure out that the producers are playing y'all? Why y'all can't figure that out? And why y'all can't rise above what the producers are doing? Why y'all can't play the producers the way the producers play y'all? Everybody want to talk about Carlos King, but these Bravo producers are the worst. This is a mess. All right. I am cooking for my lavender husband, Richard. Richard, tonight. And we are making, not we, me. What is this? Cancel. We are, not me, not we, me. I am making him black spaghetti, which he claims is for Black History Month. And I was like, works for me. Black pasta with mushrooms. But now I brought tomato sauce, which I never, tomato sauce actually gives me agita unless it's freshly made. And then I accidentally bought 2 tomato sauce. I didn't know I brought tomato sauce the first time. I was like, why wouldn't I buy tomato sauce? I went back to go get more tomato sauce, but I already had the tomato sauce. My life. But now I'm thinking I should make it in butter sauce. Butter and garlic sauce. That's what I'm thinking. Like tomato sauce is easy because it's already prepared, but butter and garlic sauce, like you got to throw down for that. So I'm making some black spaghetti. Hold on, I'll show you guys. Oh. This is black spaghetti. And I saw this in Italy, and I brought it back with me from Italy, but for some reason I gave it away to somebody, which I don't. Oh, wait. Oh, that's the mushroom. Okay. I really don't like red sauce. So what I think I'm going to make instead of the red sauce is butter sauce with fresh garlic, garlic powder, onion powder, basil, maybe a little thyme, some parsley, and make the sauce separate. And then take the spaghetti and twirl it around in the sauce. And then I'm going to make mushrooms separate in a separate bowl, season that to taste, and then put it on top the spaghetti. Or I could mix the spaghetti with the mushrooms together. I could do it that way too, because that might be better. And then I brought red snapper to plate it on top of the. Richard is my guinea pig. I never have anybody to cook for. And I love cooking. I love cooking. So Richard is now my guinea pig, and I cook for him every Sunday. Because Richard, when I was without a car, took care of me. And this past week, he helped me to get my brand new chair. Hold on, guys. This is my brand new chair. Let's put the spotlight on the chair. Look. Can't see it that much better. Richard helped get me my brand new chair, and we put it on the back of his truck, got it here safely. So this is my way of giving back to Richard. And Richard used to own a restaurant, so he knows good cooking. And every time I cook for him, he's like, that was really good. And I'd be like, right, Richard. See, I can cook. I can cook. There was red snapper, right? You all eating good. God, olive oil with garlic and herbs is even nicer. But I don't have olive oil. That's the problem. I know it would be nicer But the only olive oil I have, I've already mixed with mint to go in my hair. That's the only olive oil I have. I don't have olive oil that's not mixed with mint already. So I think it's going to have to be butter. You're not feeling, but I know olive oil would be better. And I know Richard doesn't have, he was going to go to the, I know olive oil would be much better. I'm feeling you. Let me see something. And I was going to pick up olive oil to make more hair stuff, but I was spending too much money. So I was like, I'm not going to, and then I thought I was going to make red sauce. So that's the real problem. It's just that now I don't want the red sauce.
Hello.
Richard.
Why?
Do you have olive oil? Did you ever
No,
get?
that's what I keep telling you. I have to go get.
Are you going? Did you decide to go or no?
Well, maybe you will prompt. Well, you were since I thought, well, maybe I won't go since dinner's being delivered. Why now?
Oh, because I'm wondering if, like, all of a sudden I don't want to make it with red sauce.
Oh God.
So now I'm thinking I want to make it with butter sauce. Are you okay with butter sauce?
Butter sauce.
Butter
No.
sauce with fresh garlic?
Sure.
Huh?
Say that again.
Like, I feel like I want to make the spaghetti with butter sauce.
Okay, that means you need butter.
I got butter, but then it's like, would it be better with olive oil sauce?
Oh my God.
Are you okay with butter sauce?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of garlic.
Lots of garlic. Okay, we'll do butter sauce. Well, it'll work out.
Sure.
It'll work
Butter
out.
and lemon.
I got lemon. It'll work out. It'll all work out. I got you. So I don't need.
The little boy comes to his dad and says, "Dad, you might."
Oh my God, Richard went to tell a joke, and I never know how clean it's going to be. Okay. If Richard would have answered, yes, babe, I would have. Purple Passion says it's gonna taste good. You putting love in it. Use what you have. You right. You right. Um, yeah. Am I gonna pan fry it? I don't want fried fish. I'm just gonna stick it in the oven. I don't want fried fish. It's filet. It's filet of snapper, but I don't want it fried. All right. Quad. Dear God, please talk to me. Talk to me about Quad. Please allow me to see anything and everything that you would like for me to see. Quad is your child. She is your love. She's your beloved, Father God. Please authorize me to see and say what you would like for me to say and see. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name I pray. Amen, amen, amen. Today is the 23rd, and the 28th of February marks the alignment of the planets. All right, so let me get my date here. The February 23rd, Friday marks the alignment of the seven planets. I also think it's a new moon. So Wednesday I got tarot class. So Wednesday night we will be doing a ritual on what do you need to bring into your life. Now, if you look at Friday's video backwards, look at it from the last maybe 30 minutes, we talked about what type of ingredients you would need. Now, I would prefer a fat candle, so find a fat, cheap candle. But those of you that know how to work with religious candles, that's the tall, skinny one, go ahead and get that. And I mentioned herbs for love, money. I think I mentioned herbs for creativity. I think I did. But in any case, we're going to do the ritual Wednesday. So get your ingredients so that you could study the video. All right. You don't have to do it Wednesday, but get your ingredients. So I don't know if let me see something. No, I started to, okay, it doesn't really matter. I might have to put out another video today to talk about what ingredients to purchase. What's the ritual for? The ritual is for the alignment of the seven planets, which is a phenomenon. So we're going to take all the positive energies from all of this alignment, and we're going to manifest what you will. And think big, wish big, even if it seems impossible now. Like if you want to be an actress on a grand scale, you have to say, I want to be an actress on a grand scale, even though you are just thinking about it. But you just got to say it. And the alignment is the perfect time to strike that match. It is a rare event, and that's why we're going to invest in it. All right. Are you ready, guys? Let's talk about quad. Now, the first card is really good. The 10 of Cups. There is a potential for these two to stick together. Let's lower the stage. There's a potential for these two to stick together. All right. But they kind of have to shut up about it. Like, they have to keep quiet about their dreams. You know, sometimes, quad, when you talk too much, you piss away your dreams. And I don't think that's within your best interest. There definitely is a morals issue that is going on between Quad and Dr. Gregory. There is a sense that they miss each other. There is a sense that one of them or both of them could have wished that they would have begged. And I think it's Dr. Gregory. I think Dr. Gregory is wishing that Quad would have begged for him to stay. All right. The magic is no longer there between the two of them, but they also don't have faith. I really feel like Quad is faking this relationship with King. I feel like he was paid to come on. I think she was like, let me pay you, and this will help take care of the child that you already have. I feel like Dr. Gregory is a grown-ass baby and striking out like a 5-year-old, but he wants to be right about striking out. I don't know if this is King or Dr. Gregory, but this falls into my hopes and fears. I do get the judgment, and because this is Gregory here, I do feel like Gregory wins. I do feel like Gregory wins, even though the producers have cultivated this drama. I do feel like a decision needs to be made on whether or not these two can ever appear in the next season. All right. And I do feel like there's going to be a need for a sacrifice. And I think Quad will get sacrificed. I think that Gregory, who has now filled out a restraining order, which is kind of crazy, as a plot twist to keep him off the show. I also think that, let me push this up. I also think that King created some extra drama because this is his way of not being around Quad. So it's kind of like, oh, it's not my fault. Your husband started it. But you're younger, he's old, and you didn't have to go so far, King. But I think he went there because he can't take Quad anymore. And I believe he's trying to get kicked off the show, but look like he's doing it valiantly. Oh, I got kicked off because I protected my woman. And meanwhile, I think he is saying to myself, I can't take her. I can't take her crying over him. Like, I'm not an emotional person like she is. She's too dramatic. So I'm going to like act like I'm going to kick Gregory's ass. And then they have to kick me off the show. Now, I do see these two staying together because I think if he wanted to get away from Quad, now Quad has to come up with this storyline. Oh, producers didn't kick him off the show. Producers said they can't be filmed together. And it's like, oh, do we look crazy? Like, if y'all can't film together, then we've got a violent situation, and your man is violent then. Even if the producers did do this, which they did, I don't think producers wanted death. I also believe that when Quad and King got back to the hotel, Quad is the type of person that brainwashes and nags. And I don't believe that man got a moment's rest. And if you remember the scene the next day, the first thing he was doing was pouring some champagne when there was too much drinking the night before. I think Quad is the type of person to say to King, who's younger, which is very common with older, younger relationships, like you manipulate the relationship when you're older. You done been through all of this. Whether it's older male, older female, it doesn't matter. The younger one gets manipulated. And I think the night before, I think she pounded into him, my honor, my honor, my honor. Like, don't let him talk about me, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, bet. But more importantly, because he's like, I need to get the fuck off this show. So I feel like he did what she asked him to. Just like with the 15 times having sex. She was like, just put 15. Like, she's controlling, and he knows it and he sees it. But he's going to have to decide if the money that she's paying him is worth this public drama. Happy Sunday, Noel. Hi. Happy Sunday. Hi, Sissy. Hi. Heavenly says there's a lot they didn't show, and Greg didn't have to take it there. Got it. Heavenly also said Sweet Tea pushed Simon and has put her hands on other people. No matter their disputes, they never lay hands. That's true. Push Simon? Isn't that somebody else's husband? Hi, Ken Ken. Hi. Isn't Simon somebody else's husband? Sweet Tea pushed somebody else's husband? You push my husband, you on the floor. Touch my husband. Now, I don't fight. You touch my husband, you on the floor, because I'm jumping. Oh, Simone is the woman. Simone. She pushed Simone? You push me, you on the floor. We fighting. What you what? What? Ciao. Okay. The Dr. Simone Cecile's wife. Yeah, Simone. Yes, I understand. I'm sorry. Yeah, Dr. Simone. Dr. Simone. All right. Somebody is miserable right now, trying to stay strong but miserable. I think it's oh, Tower shows up. Tower shows up. Oh Lord, there's more to come with these people. I think they're gonna break up for a little bit. I think as they're breaking up, a pregnancy might show up. So this man, FAF old, and gonna wind up getting this girl pregnant. And you think you got sick of her on one vacation trip. Now you got her for 18 years. Now I'm Kanye West. 18 years. Which is gonna force them to come back together. I'm afraid that King has hidden emotional issues. That's what I'm afraid of. That Quad is willing to overlook his hidden emotional issues. And if they break up, it will not be permanent because Quad needs this man, and Quad will just pay him extra to be her boyfriend. And if she does that, it's kind of like forcing him back by way of income. Now, does anybody know what this man does for a living? Because he needs her income. And I think this is the only way that Quad could come back on the show if there's a supposed marriage. So this is like a Robin Dixon type of relationship. And he's going to begin to show like how he can't participate in this. Not right now, but if she breaks up and gets back together with him, she's doing it to save her face. She really doesn't care about him. And I feel like she's going to pay him to create that atmosphere of love or trying to make a baby or whatever. I think the man is a drunk. I think the man, I'm talking about King, I think he's a drunk. I think he's too young for her. I think he doesn't have the best emotional skills. In terms of like what does the two of them talk about? Um, I think he's like, I feel like his head is spinning with everything that's going on. He thought this would be easy, but it turns out it wasn't as easy as he thought. Like easy money, but it's not easy money. I feel like he's trapped because of money and the potential for bringing a baby on. Now, I don't know if they're using protection, but I definitely see Quad going to a doctor to facilitate pregnancy, not with him, but just like, well, take this, and this could facilitate a pregnancy. And that's how she winds up coming up pregnant. And that's how he winds up coming back. I think if she forces this, instead of staying single, but she needs to save face, so she is going to force this. I think they get back together, but now he has no fear in showing his ugly. Even the bottom card tells me this is self-sabotage. I think we're going to see this guy, King, have an affair on her. Whether she's pregnant or whether the baby is born, he's going to wind up having an affair on her. Because I just think at some point he's not going to be able to stand her. I think she's controlling. I think she treats him like a 5-year-old. And I think that's why Dr. Gregory was better for her, because he liked acting like a 5-year-old. So okay, so he owns a rental company that sells luxury cars. Okay, all right. I don't know, Kenneth. I kind of don't believe it. I mean, I know they have to do background checks, but I kind of just don't believe it. He just doesn't seem like a businessman. Like, he seems so mediocre. Like, right? Like Phaedra's husband, boyfriend that she's not sleeping with, he looks like a businessman. Like, you want a hot Negro? Phaedra's young man is hot to toddy. Now, him I could look at all day, and he looks like a businessman. I don't feel that with King. So I really question, like, do you really own this, or was an LLC developed so it could look like you own something? I'm just saying. I don't like Apollo. I never thought Apollo was good looking. Not me, Purple Passion. Never liked Apollo. Ever. Oh, child. Look, oh, you want a good example? That's that Phaedra. Very similar story. Remember, Phaedra got pregnant on Apollo. I don't know if she got pregnant on him. I think I'm being mean. Maybe I'm being mean. Yes, that tall guy, that Phaedra. Hottie, Toddy. You don't think so? Hottie, Toddy. I could watch him walk up and down the beach all day. Now, I wouldn't date him because he's so young, but he act like he can handle Phaedra. And only a grown man with the business can handle Phaedra. Think about it. Yes. No? Wait, are we looking at the same? Can we please take a poll? That tall drink of chocolate, Purple Passion. Listen, let's take a poll. That tall, listen, I'm trying to influence y'all, but say what you want. That tall drink of chocolate, y'all don't like him over Apollo? Jailbird Apollo? Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing because I cannot date a jailbird, but maybe that's just me. But he wasn't always a jail. No, he was always a jailbird. Phaedra caught him in jail. She found him in jail. You don't like the tall drink of chocolate either? And he seems like a child over Dr. Gregory. Oh my God, what am I looking at? I don't want to say I love him, but right now he could be black spaghetti for me. What? He could be black spaghetti. No. Every time he comes on, I'm like, I get happy when I see him. I was so happy that he showed up for Phaedra for this couples trip. He's a tall drink of hot chocolate. Kendra says, I don't like Apollo or Greg. Me neither. I gotta Google this man. Yes, Google him. Now, there's an episode that I'm watching right now, but I haven't been able to watch it because I actually fell asleep. I'm like watching that deep sleep. Nothing's better than that deep sleep. I got a vibrating chair now. I'm like this. I'm like, God. Y'all got to get a vibrating chair. Not a vibrator, although you can get that too. But a vibrating chair? Ooh, child. It'll take all your anxieties away. Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Carlito. Phaedra says she likes to date above her tax bracket. So she definitely needs a businessman. Boom. That's his name, Medina Islam. Wait, what's his name? Medina Islam, Phaedra's boyfriend. I like him. I like Medina. I like him. I like this. Hi. Like, that's the kind of like. Be like, hi. What you selling? Because I'm going to buy it. Oh, wait a second. Ah. Oh, is this Phaedra's new boyfriend? No, I'm talking about the chocolate one that's on the show right now. Is this Phaedra's new boyfriend? He's cute. No, I'm talking about the one that's on right now, that tall, that she met at the dating scene. I like him. I mean, this one's all right. I could care less. This one is mediocre at best, but I hope he has a lot of money. No, I'm talking about the one that's on the show right now. I like the tall drink of dark chocolate. Ugh, you liked her jailbird? You liked Apollo too? I cannot tolerate Apollo. I've never liked him. Y'all have never heard me say I liked him. I've done videos on Apollo. Y'all have never heard me say I like Apollo. Nope. Oh, so this is her new boyfriend. I mean, he's okay looking. I'm sure he's filthy rich. So I hope that overcompensates for his lack of like stellar good looking. I like and I'm sure he's got money. So I thought his name was Cheat Cone. I don't know what his name is. Tracy, you know the guys you want to trip with. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV. I don't think Apollo is attractive either. Now, Sonny, we might be alone in all of this. Apollo is like, but I've never liked jailbirds, so that could be my problem too. July goes, one person's cup of hot chocolate is another person's cold coffee. Looks so subjective. Right? You're right. But I'm just letting y'all know the one on the show right now. I don't know who she's dating, but the one on the show right now, I have high hopes for him in his career as a person, and his mama. His mama did good. His mama molded him very, very well. Oh. All right. We make this nice and quick. I have concerns for the drunk that Quad is dating. Kenneth goes, Apollo is attractive, but he's a fraud, a liar, and a jailbird. Who wants that? Maybe that's why I'm having a problem. Maybe that's why I can't see the beauty in Apollo, because I see jail, scammer, fraudster. Like, I don't care how good looking you are. I can't. See, that's why the president is in place right now, because people wouldn't identify with the other parts of him that's very ugly. And now everybody's finding out how ugly he really, really is, but he always was. So I can't do an Apollo. I can't. I don't even have a nice thing to say about him. So ugh. I actually want to throw up every time I see Apollo. But in this episode I'm watching right now, Apollo shows up. So I haven't seen it yet. And don't be surprised if I come back on to talk about more shit. I love us for real, right? Who says that? I love us for real. Okay. Let's get a final outcome. I'm just acting crazy now. Michelle goes, Apollo and Drake are the first cousins, in the spirit, right? The way Apollo was presented to us made just about everyone leery of him. But fine. Oh, hell yes. I can't co-sign. I can't co-sign. I can't see it. I'm trying to see it through y'all's eyes, and I get a blank. To me, Apollo is like a body, and the face is nothing. There's no eyes, no mouth, no nothing. So, ugh. All right. Final outcome. We say the hour? Final outcome. I'm so tired. Final outcome. If you guys want a reading with me, contact me, 213-458-7408. I am available right now. I'm available today So don't be afraid to get a reading with me, especially, let me see something, especially federal employees, because y'all are going through it. Every section, now the military is involved, and I thought he would leave the military alone. I thought that's what he said, but now I realize whatever he says is always going to be the opposite. Always. If he says he never eats steak, he eats steak. So come get your reading with me, 213-458-7408. And it's not quite. I just need it to be better than what they're giving me. Spirit. Could be going sideways perfectly. All right. That's as close as I'm going to get it. That's pretty good. Upside down attic. Oh, I said he was a drunk. Um, Compromises integrity and honesty. That could be quad too. Allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. This could be both quad and king, because quad is very controlling. And I think that she controls him like she would her son. But I also think he's a drunk. And I think he is being led because when you drink, you don't think. So I think Quad lacks integrity, and I think she lacks honesty. I really do. Um, and I think her addictive pattern is to boss her men around. And I think what's missing inside of Dr. Gregory is the part where Quad would argue back with him. I think Dr. Gregory gets off on that. Because although Quad said, I would never let my man talk to me like that, we have plenty of episodes where he talked down to her, he bullied her, and the arguments would just be ugly. So she's lying. And I think Sweet Tea handled herself very well in this situation. She's much more mature than Quad and her own husband. So, all right, guys. Oh, yeah, they're coming after the military now. It's terrible. It's terrible. I don't know what to tell you. It's bad. But I also think that they might be coming after the military because Russia is going to own us. And not someday, not someday, Russia could actually own us by summertime. So, who is she? I don't even know that story. I don't know who she is. Marvelous. All right, guys. Are you guys good? I never heard that. I I don't know. I never heard that. So she's bi? I never heard that. So I don't know. All right, guys. Are we good? Are we good? Let's all pray for the military, guys. Call me for your own personal reading, especially if you work for the federal government. Let's see if we can get y'all ahead of the issues that are going on. All right. All right, guys. I love you so much. Take it easy. Bye.
In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare she can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I'm sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.